Pink Sweats. You have said you don't have a specific genre, and that's why you are who you are. So, who is Pink Sweats? Who is David?
Oh, that's a beautiful question. I would say David is still, always growing and evolving into, the next thing. I feel like for me, I'm still the same kid that played drums in church
Yeah.
and, always just wanted to keep coming back every Sunday just so I can get better.
Yeah,
And,
that's cool.
that's how I am with my music and my life. I'm just always that same kid.
That's awesome. I also too played drums in church. So
Look
that's
at you.
yeah, look at us, right? So talking about your song At My Worst, love it by the way. It's about
Thank you.
yeah, it's about wanting someone to love you at your worst. Is that from a real experience or something you want to share with us?
I wouldn't say it's from necessarily a real experience, but it was in a real moment of like question. I feel like when you fall in love with someone, that's one of the biggest questions you might have in your mind, whether you say it out loud or not. It's like you feel like everything's going so good when you're first in love.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh wow, this is so cool. And then if you ever stop and think like, dang, like, will this person really be there for me? Like, will things go left? And
Yeah.
that's kind of where I wrote the song, and I wrote it in a happy way because I was happy when I wrote it, and that's why it's kind of like contrast. It's like it's the lyric of like I need somebody to love me at my worst, and it's like it sounds happy, but it's like dang, like you think like
Yeah.
oh wow, that's such a like it could be to some people like a sad thought, but to me it's like no, I'm like having the time of my life. And, I really wanted to make sure that I was in the right space of creativity where I can deliver something that I know everyone who's ever been in love or is going to be in love, you're going to question that. And even when you get to the aisle or wherever, however people get married.
Yeah.
That's one of the things they say, for better, for worse, right? So
For better, for worse. Yeah.
The better is easy, right?
It is.
At least from what I've heard. The
Yeah.
better is easy, but the worst, you don't know what the worst is, and you can't plan. So it's like, you gonna rock with me or you not?
Exactly. And how can you know? Like, are you really gonna stay with me at my worst for real? Like, when I wake up, not like that. Yeah. So growing up with a religious background and family, which also I can relate to, you were 18 when you were able to listen to secular music by yourself. Like, which artists at that time caught your eye?
Oh wow. Honestly, any and everything that I could listen to. It was like at the time, probably was listening to 50 Cent, Kanye, Maroon 5, Avril Lavigne,
Stevie Wonder.
Honestly, when I was that, I probably didn't start listening to Stevie till I started like making music. Probably when I was like 20, 21.
Okay.
So yeah, Stevie. I was just like honestly, anything. Like I didn't really listen to one genre.
Yeah.
I was just like listening to music of all things.
You started music at a very young age.
I started playing drums at 5.
That is crazy. I only started when I was like 15, and that 5 is like what? And we're not too far off in terms of age. But who or what influenced you when you were younger?
My parents.
Yeah?
Yeah, and just the environment of church. I mean, it's different everywhere, but where I'm from, like, I'm from a small, it's West Philly. It's not like huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would just see my community at the church. It probably wasn't no bigger than my living room, but the church, the whole church. But people, they always just stepped in where they needed to be, So it was like my dad, sometimes he'd be playing the drums and then he'll be preaching.
That's cool.
So my mom played the keys and like the organ and stuff. So, and she sings. She's an incredible singer. So I always just kind of saw that. And when I was young, you know, you'd be fiddling with your hands and stuff.
Yeah.
And somebody might notice, like, oh, you got a little rhythm, and they just put you on the spot, and you get up there, and my feet could barely touch the pedal, and I'm just like, and it's like, oh, bet. So now you the drummer, pretty much, and I'm like 5. So it kind of forced me to get better every Sunday.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm sure they're really proud and they are supportive of your career in music now anyway. So wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go into something really deep right now. I found this quite interesting. So you were sleeping on your grandmother's floor.
Mm-hmm.
You got evicted. You were diagnosed with this rare condition. Where on earth did you find the inspiration and the motivation to pursue music?
I found the inspiration on just holding on to a dream. When I left high school, I just told myself that I wanted to give everything to this dream, and at the time, I just wanted to be a songwriter. But when all these obstacles at the same time, it kind of forced me out of my comfort zone, and the inspiration was just, I want to be great. I want to be remembered. And at the same time, my mom was a singer, you know, my whole family sang. I'm probably the least talented, honestly.
I don't think so. Rolling Stone called you the artist you need to know. You are number 10 in Malaysia's local music charts. So
Hey, Malaysia, I love you.
So there's definitely talent in there, bro. I can vouch for that.
Oh, thank you. But the inspiration and, you know, the fuel, the motivation came from just like, you know, we all have a time clock, right? And it seems a little dark, but the reality is life is a beautiful thing when you stop to smell the roses.
Yeah.
And, you know, for me, I just took the mindset of like, you know, I'm who am I? You know, I'm just a guy. Why not me? You know, some people say, why me? It's like, you know, it is what it is. But while I'm here, I want to make an impact. I want to make people smile. I want to make people believe in love. Like all the things that I felt like at the time was things that I wanted. I was creating out of that place because I wanted people to feel that. I want people to feel loved. You know, sometimes you're sleeping on the floor and you don't feel loved. You feel like, dang, like, oh man, like life is kind of not hitting. And, you know, so many things was happening. And for me, I wanted to just create music like for people to escape to. You know, like if they were sleeping on the floor just like me and, you know, they put on honesty or at my worst or whatever, for that 3 minutes, that 2 minutes, they're not there. You know, you're somewhere else.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Last 2 questions for you. If someone doesn't know who Pink Sweats is, what song would you want them to listen to so they could get a glimpse of who David is, of who Pink Sweats is?
Oh, that's a good question.
Hey.
Okay, Danny, you out here with the good questions. I would say listen to Would You? Just because I feel like that song is low key, it's pretty slept on, and I feel like when I wrote that song, it's like a deep moment. You know?
It is a deep moment. That song gives me hella goosebumps. So last but not least, what is your message to your Malaysian fans?
I want to say thank you so much for like embracing me like family. I love you guys, and I can't wait to come there and like do a show. Like, you know, meet and greets. Like I can't wait to experience the culture of the people who will support me the most, and I appreciate it.
That's a beautiful message. We can't wait to host you. You're gonna love it here. Yeah.
Fly FM.